The MK Mental Health Hour with Arthur Ellis Mental Health Support in partnership with Thomas Connolly Estate Agents and MKFM.
Good evening, just gone 7 o'clock on your Sunday. It's Leah with you for another Milton Keynes Mental Health Hour. This evening we're talking all things fitness and its relation to our mental health. Going to be joined in the studio by John from Arthur Ellis Mental Health Support as always, and we'll be joined by Rob from Energy Fitness in Kiln Farm. We also continue with the music, David Guetta and Usher on the way, and now here's Rihanna, Calvin Harris, We Found Love on MKFM.
The MK Mental Health Hour in partnership with Thomas Connolly Estate Agents.
Rihanna, Calvin Harris, We Found Love on MKFM. Good evening, it's Leah with you on another MK Mental Health Hour. We do this every Sunday at 7 o'clock on MKFM with local organisation Arthur Ellis Mental Health Support here in Milton Keynes to provide a bit of a safe space for us to discuss a variety of mental health topics as well as share expert practical advice. Now, every week we are joined by John Manning, founder of Arthur Ellis, as well as an expert in the topic we'll be discussing that week. This Sunday, talking all about fitness and the effects it can have on our mental health. So before we get into that, welcome John back to the studio.
Good evening.
Lovely to have you with us again. So this is our third mental health hour, isn't it? So already we've discussed anxiety going back to school and suicide. This week we're talking about fitness. Firstly though, fantastic feedback we've had on the show so far. So well done to you and the team for all of the prep and work that you do on it. And you've already had so many people get in touch with you.
We've had some referrals. So our one-to-one mentoring service is designed to look after the people who might not be able to access help or be in waiting lists or anything like that for mental health support. And we've had some referrals through of people who are housebound, who might not be able to actually get to appointments. So we go to them, we do home visits. And we've had some children as well who have been trying to get into the services for quite a while, unable to. And we've been able to provide them with between 6 and 8 sessions to tackle their anxiety, and we've had some really good results. I got a text from a parent in the week just thanking us, and it was amazing.
And really, that's why you're doing what you're doing, and it's great that we can provide this mental health hour as well every Sunday. But it is something that you want to do more of. You want to be able to do this more. Yeah,
so we've kind of tested the model now. Unfortunately, with how stretched the NHS is, they've released criteria that only sort of children who fit that criteria are allowed in for treatment. That's around 25% of the kids that actually get referred.
Gosh.
So 75% of kids are currently being denied treatment. There was an article that came out a few weeks ago. It's about 110,000 children a year across the country get denied treatment because referrals have gone up so much, funding's going down, and it's not going to change anytime soon. If you can look at the politicians, you can probably tell why. So we are looking to get some crowdfunding going. So we've launched our crowdfunding campaign this week. And roughly, there's around 2,000 children in Milton Keynes who are denied treatment every year, who are unable to access that help. So in order for us to support them, we want to provide this service for free. We want to provide children with 8 meaningful psychology sessions. And we need £1 million to do it. So we need organisations, people, communities to all band together, help us raise these funds. We're not saying that organisations just need to throw money at us, but get your people involved with good initiatives that can help your employees with their well-being and at the same time raising money for a good cause.
Fantastic. So if people want to get involved in that, how can they do that?
Yes, so we've got a Just Giving page. We've released a press release on it on our website. So they can head over to arthurellismhs.com, have a look at the press release, go onto the Just Giving page, and either get in touch if they're an organisation who want to sponsor us, or they can just look at any money that they've got. I worked it out, and if everyone in Milton Keynes was able to give £3, that's not £3 a month, £3 a week, anything, that's £3 in the year, we'll be able to support all of these kids.
Wow, so it's very achievable. It's just one of those things that we need the whole community to really get behind.
We need everyone to band together.
Fantastic. Well, this evening we are talking about fitness and its links with mental health, and we often hear this, John, in the press and constantly, that fitness has got an association with decreasing stress levels and helping with mental health. In a nutshell, is that true?
Yeah, often fitness releases really good endorphins, and if we are in a little bit of a bad place or a little bit anxious, depressed, anything like that, those endorphins is what our body craves in order to release the good feelings. And typically the choices that we make don't really go towards fitness. It goes towards pizza and
it's
chocolate
like the
and all
easy
of this
option,
other stuff.
isn't it?
Yeah. So we tend to go towards that side. But fitness has been a big part of my life for nearly 10 years, and it's massively helped, not necessarily just with my stress levels or anything, but managing my condition, managing the way that I feel about myself, and doing it in a way that involves a community is also helping the social element as well.
And so this evening we're joined by Rob from Energy Fitness.
Yes.
How come Rob is joining us this evening?
Well, I go to Energy, and it's in Kiln Farm. And to be honest, I've been to loads of different gyms. Energy has got that community feel, and for comfortability factor, because sometimes I get a bit nervous and I don't feel like really going for it. They really, just the environment there helps. And I've known Rob and Claire for a little while now, and the way that they run the gym, I just think it's really good to showcase what they're doing, as well as being able to provide some really good advice from a human's point of view, rather than you must work out every day. It's actually building it all into your lifestyle. So their take on it, their view on it is really good. And
they have a lot of emphasis on community and emphasis on mental health as well. We're going to be speaking to Rob and finding out all about it after David Guetta and Usher. Now, this is Without You on MKFM. Sounding lovely, that David Guetta and Usher, Without You on MKFM. Good evening, it's Leah with you on the MK Mental Health Hour. Just gone 7:15. This evening we're joined by John from Arthur Ellis Mental Health Support and Rob from Energy Fitness. Hello, Rob.
Hi, guys.
Lovely to have you with us this evening. So you are our fitness expert this evening. We're talking about the effects that fitness does have on mental health. We've established with John that it clearly does have an effect on kind of decreasing stress levels and things like that. But how does it actually affect our mental health?
Yeah, absolutely. Well, the sciencey bits, as John actually mentioned, it has positive effects on our hormones. Our hormones drive things like our moods, and John mentioned you got serotonin and endorphins, and those are directly increased by physical activity, and it makes you feel good. So, as John mentioned, you can turn to a bar of chocolate, or maybe go outside and have a nice brisk walk in the sunshine, chatting to a friend, and you'll have the exact same effect. And I know which one's better for me than the other.
Exactly, and you often get that little boost of endorphins after, don't you, where you feel kind of proud of yourself that you've made that right decision, you've made that good choice.
And also, doing exercise gives you a bit more energy, so you actually feel like doing more things as well. So if you're feeling a bit of a slump, like I say, perhaps open that door, go out for a nice walk, especially in the sunshine. And actually walking in the rain can be quite epic and refreshing too.
I love a little walk in the rain, actually. It's very nice. Good. And if you've had a bit of a stressful day, actually going out and getting a bit of fresh air, a bit of headspace, and really taking that time for yourself is really important.
I think that's key, actually. It's that, as well as the physical effects, obviously doing regular exercise makes you feel better about the way you look and things like that, but it's also that time for yourself, and I know that's important for people like John, someone like John, and a lot of our members, is that having that time to just take a break from the real world out there,
just
the
unwinding.
Unwinding and letting yourself go through the day in your own head, or just letting it all go and forget about it, and just maybe blast yourself or just take it easy. It's that time to yourself. It's so important.
So Energy Fitness is something that you run with Claire.
Mm-hmm.
How long have you guys been open in Kiln Farm?
Near a year and a half now, unbelievably. Opened in April 2018, and it has flown by. And we're fulfilling our dream, because we really enjoy interacting with people on a daily basis. But we're lucky we're not interacting, selling them double glazing or anything like that. We're actually engaging with something really positive. Sorry, a double glazing salespeople.
Yeah, no offence to them.
No, I'm sure you love your job.
You do have double glazing at the gym.
We need it, yes, we do have it. Yeah, so we need double glazing, but we all enjoy taking time for ourselves and having a really positive environment, and that's what we've really striven to create, a really accessible place where people feel comfortable, which is key. We've actually got a strapline as an Energy Fitness. It's a gym group across the whole country, over 120 gyms around the UK and Ireland, and the sort of strapline, as it were, is where you belong. And I think it's a stroke of genius, because it really is. We really do try and open our doors and be a place where the young, the old, the nervous, the beginner, the athlete, we can all come together and be, and you used the word earlier, a community, and that was key to us.
And as well, what I've seen there just by going is also of any ability. So there are also people who go that are disabled. They have a variety of physical disabilities. And it's really good to see them, not necessarily just them being able to access the equipment and work to their ability, but also people band together in there and help out if they need to, or help with the equipment and that sort of thing. So it's just a brilliant thing to see.
It's a nice sort of grown-up atmosphere there. Everyone's super friendly, and as you say, people will just, I mean, even down to, you know, one of the ladies, she's only quite wee, and she's broken her ankle recently, and she struggles to grab the pull downs. And so I saw it the other day, tapping some big tall fella on the shoulder, and he went, "Of course I will, love it."
Everyone
and he pulled it
around.
down. You know, it's just that nice sort of atmosphere.
And you do, and that's what I've seen there, is that if someone's using a bit of equipment, usually in other gyms where I've been to, you are really nervous about going up and approaching that person, but people just ask, people just go in, and that's kind of the environment that they've been able to create.
It's
so
a
it's
lovely
great.
space.
And
Really
fitness
great.
is really important to you, Rob, and always has been. Your background is Royal Marine, isn't it?
Previously, I was in the Royal Marines, and then I went over to the dark side and became an officer in the Parachute Regiment. So it's all very elite fitness stuff in that. So I've always been into my fitness, and the things that we do within our club, I love challenging people mentally and physically, because those sort of training that I had in the back and previously is all about pushing people mentally as well as physically, and I really enjoy challenging people in both those ways.
Fantastic. Well, we're going to hear a little bit more about the kind of the things that can be on offer in gyms, but maybe if a gym isn't quite for you, there are also some great first steps to start taking to increase your fitness levels and improve your mental health in turn. Stay right there. We'll continue with that conversation, and Ashanti's Rock With You is on the way next.
The MK Mental Health Hour with Arthur Ellis Mental Health Support.
Ashanti, Rock With You on MKFM. Good evening, it's Leah with you on the Milton Keynes Mental Health Hour this evening, talking all things fitness with John from Arthur Ellis Mental Health Support and Rob from Energy Fitness in Kiln Farm. So John, we were actually just chatting throughout Ashanti. You just told me an insane stat about fitness and the relation it has with mental health.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, if you get enough regular exercise, which is roughly, regular exercise is sort of considered 25 minutes 3 times a week. So if you get that kind of level of moderate exercise, it's exactly the same endorphin release and impact on you that taking antidepressants is.
Wow.
So if you are feeling depressed, or you're going through a period where time is a little bit tough, just making sure that you get that exercise can be a good equivalent to going to the GP, getting some antidepressants. It's got exactly the same impact on you as taking those.
That is absolutely amazing, isn't it? So that is the recommended amount. But obviously, if you're starting from scratch, Rob, what are kind of the first steps that people should be taking to increase their fitness levels?
Well, I think everyone should look to themselves and take it steady. Take that first simple step. If you really are very inactive and that's part of your problems and it makes things worse, then as we talked about earlier, just step outside, go for that walk, engage with the outdoor space. You talked about your 5 pillars just a moment ago as well, didn't you? Which is
So Milton Keynes have this thing on the council website called the 5 Ways of Wellbeing. It's kind of 5 pillars of what you need to remain well if you have a condition, or just generally us as humans. And it is things like being active, connecting with other people, taking notice, learning new things, and giving back. It makes you feel good.
Yeah.
So if you're just setting out on, I'm going to get a bit more physically active and get into fitness, if you can do something that is got that social element, it's going to have that active element. And if you can make sure that you're taking notice of what's around you, not just ploughing your face into your phone and all of that sort of stuff while you're walking around, you're able to knock 3 of those out of the park straight away, which is great. And we've been working with a local group, a local self-care group, which has the NHS involved, different community organisations locally, and we are launching something locally, like a movement for people to understand these 5 ways and engage with them. So it's called One A Day MK, hashtag One A Day MK. And it's essentially for people to share locally what they do that contributes to their well-being, and do at least one of them a day. So other people in your community can see what you do, maybe get some ideas, and everyone can start joining in with the different things that are related to well-being that people are getting involved in.
That sounds like a really great positive movement for Milton Keynes. So hashtag one a day MK, and this is coming out soon, is it?
Well, it's sort of beginning. We're trying to figure out how to do it. So it's been led by NHS Horizons. They look at improvements in the NHS and all of that sort of stuff. So we've been working with them, doing workshops, dealing with different parish councils and different community organisations to try and launch this thing. So we're just at the beginning of it. But if people can begin to get behind that and be conscious of what they're doing related to their well-being, give it a share. Let other people know what you do for it. And then other people, it might give them ideas and give them a little bit of a boost to get involved in this sort of stuff.
Fantastic. And it can just be a simple thing as a way of kind of just starting your process. And like we were just saying, Rob, about getting out there and just starting it, really. Maybe taking a bit of a lunch break, taking some time out for yourself.
Yeah, maybe walk with some colleagues at lunchtime. Start a walking group or something like that, maybe. Or find something that you enjoy. I think that's the other key thing. It can just be small steps, but find something that you enjoy. There's no point in punishing yourself. Oh, I've got to go for that walk now, or I've got to go hit the gym really hard, or anything like that. You could find a sport, a game, an activity that you can share with other people, and that just gets you going. That's the key thing. Just get going, whatever it is. I think the key thing is, as long as you do something, like you say, that 25 minutes, half an hour of your life, 3 times a week, and try and be active more times in the week than you're inactive. I think that's a really good start.
Like you say, it could be going for a walk with a friend or a colleague at lunchtime. Maybe you want to go swimming. Maybe you could do a yoga class if that's something that you're interested in. There are so many different things. We're very lucky in Milton Keynes, actually, that there's a huge variety. Loads of green space that you can get out there and enjoy as well.
Yeah, I think that Milton Keynes, it is such a well-equipped town for that sort of thing.
And having a minimum and maximum, like we say 3 times, but that might not be right for everyone to begin with. So have a range of what you're comfortable with within that week. So for me, I tend to go to the gym 4 times a week, roughly. But if I say I am purely going to go 4 times and I do 2 or 3 times because of work or because of other commitments, I want to start beating myself up about it. And that's going to have a detrimental effect to the whole thing. So give yourself a range. Say I'm going to go between 1 and 3 times. And then if you do 2, it's okay. If you do 1, it's okay. If you do 4, then you've absolutely smashed it. But
I often think it's a great thing if I get to the gym and even just shower there. Because often just getting to do something is a big part of it. You just need to kind of build it into your lifestyle and have
that range and be comfortable with it, because then you're not going to get that
guilt
feeling if you don't manage to get there one day, and that's okay.
It's important not to beat yourself up if you don't.
Today, set small goals, achievable goals. At the beginning of the day, okay, I'm going to have that walk, or I'm going to go visit the gym, or I'm going to take that class that my friend recommended. Take those small goals, but on the days you don't achieve them, don't beat yourself up. Tomorrow's another day. Go for that then.
So we've got some top 5 tips to share with you, and also a great way of engaging the entire family. We're going to run through some of those after Craig David now. This is 7 Days on MKFM. Craig David and 7 Days on MKFM. Hello, it's Leah with you on the Milton Keynes Mental Health Hour this evening, talking all things fitness with Rob from Energy Fitness here in Milton Keynes and John from Arthur Ellis Mental Health Support. So Rob, we were just talking off air actually about the fact that it's really important to get the whole family involved, because actually when you start children at a young age with fitness, it can shape their entire lives and can actually make you feel more responsible as an adult to improve your fitness as well.
100%. If from an early age kids are fed a diet of junk food and chocolate, then they'll grow up eating junk food and chocolate. If they're fed a diet of, come on, let's go and do something, let's do something active together, let's have some fun, let's go outside, kick a ball around, go for a bike ride down the Redway, or whatever it is, if they grow up with that, they'll continue that through their adolescence and into their grown-up lives themselves.
And when you're a parent, I suppose everything becomes about your child when you first have them. But actually, it's important to take that time out for yourself and actually be a role model for your children.
Hugely. I was saying off air that we have so many parents, single parents as well, but even happily together parents, once you have kids, it becomes about everyone else but you. So taking that opportunity to do something for yourself, setting that role model up, but also find something you can do together as well. Because I mean, at our club, talking about that now, we run classes where parents can join in with their kids, and it's become hugely popular. And on a nice day like that, when we have nice weather, we can get out there and be outside together, and also we can do stuff for mums and babies. So for mums who just need to get out of the house, socialise with other mums, and just do something that's moderate but exercise for them in an environment where we don't mind if baby cries.
And it does have that community and supportive feeling as well when you're doing things, classes.
Everyone's in the same boat, aren't they?
You find new friends, you find new friend groups, kids get to know each other. It's a social outlet. Again, we keep coming back to that social interaction being so key. But yeah, it's a fantastic thing to do as a parent. Get your kids active, let them see you being active, and take it from there.
And as we were talking about adults finding something that they enjoy, whether it's maybe doing swimming instead of going to the gym, or going for a walk or a run, it's the same thing with kids as well, isn't it? Just because they're a little boy doesn't mean they're going to be fantastic at football. You have to push them down
that's my life.
That road.
When I was a kid, I was rubbish at football, but I could run around endlessly.
Yeah.
But there wasn't anything for that at school. It was football, it was cricket, rubbish at that too. Rugby came around, I was quite good at that, but it was a very short period of time. But then, kids need something else, and the kids are so, gymnastics. There's just gymnastics group up the road from us, and I love it. The kids come into our gym dressed in their spangly outfits and stuff, while mum or dad trains, and then they go to gymnastics, or they join in together before or after the class.
And it's about building these lifestyle habits. So maybe on an occasion, instead of going to the cinema, like we were saying, and eating junk food, go out for a nice walk.
Yeah, have a look at what you can do as a family that's physically active rather than absolutely just stable,
sedentary.
sat in a chair. Yeah, that was the word I was looking for.
Exactly.
Eating
Okay.
donuts.
Well, we've got some top tips to kind of get you on your way with Rob from Energy Fitness after TLC No Scrubs, which was on the way for you right after this.
The MK Mental Health Hour with Arthur Ellis Mental Health Support. The MK Mental Health Hour in partnership with Thomas Connolly Estate Agents.
TLC, No Scrubs on MKFM. This is the MK Mental Health Hour tonight, talking all things fitness with John from Arthur Ellis Mental Health Support here in Milton Keynes and Rob from Energy Fitness, a local club here in Kiln Farm. So, Rob, you've got some top tips for us for people that are maybe starting out on their fitness journey.
Yes, I have. And actually, throughout our conversation this evening, we sort of covered it all, really. But if I just sort of succinctly sort of go over them. So, first of all, take it easy. Take small steps. Begin something as simple as open the door, go out for a walk. Don't overstretch yourself, which comes on to the second top tip, which would be goal set. Give yourself a target. Trying to achieve something is great, but don't overstretch that target. Make it simple. Going back to the simple first step, is to keep it simple. Don't overstretch yourself.
When we first moved into this building that MKFM are in, we're into shopping centre in Centre MK, and I was parking my car. I made it my New Year's goal, my resolution was to park my car the furthest point away at the top of the multi-storey car park, and I used the stairs, and I really noticed a big difference.
Perfect.
And that was just a little thing, but actually it did make a huge difference.
Yeah, exactly. And you got those technology now, wrist-worn technology that will say, give you 10,000 steps or whatever. Something simple like that. Whatever's right for you. Find the thing that's right for you. Which comes on to the third one, I suppose, which is have fun with it. Find something that you enjoy. We've talked already about it's not just about a sport. It's not just about the gym. It's about finding something you enjoy. And it could be swimming. It could be a yoga class, Pilates. It could be just going out for a walk outside or a bike ride. Just find something you'll enjoy that you'll do regularly.
Just to add into that, with the 5 ways of well-being and stuff that we were talking about, learning is also part of that. So if you do start enjoying a particular sport, find out how it started, find out who the people who launched it where like yoga, I have no idea where yoga came from or what it's meant to do. But if you can start learning about the sport, you might be able to develop a passion in it.
Good idea.
And you get to know it a little bit more as to why it started.
And it engages you mentally in it a
little
bit more, maybe.
Yeah,
no, I like that.
What else is on your list then, Rob?
Make it social. Do it with a friend. I mean, a lot of physical activities are intrinsically social. Sporting activity, team activities, yoga, these things. You're in a group environment. You get to know people, but maybe you take a buddy. You're 70% more likely to do something or stick to a fitness regime if you do it with a buddy. So take a friend, and on the days you're having a rough time, they'll be, come on, we can do it, and vice versa. They'll be, I'm not feeling like it. Yeah, but I'm raring to go, and you can take them along with you. So make it social. That's a key thing. And then I suppose the final one is don't worry if you have a bad day. You know, tomorrow's another day. We've talked about this already. Set yourself those simple goals, but hey, if you don't quite make it, don't worry about it. Tomorrow's another day. Go for it from there.
Brilliant. Well, we are going to be putting up a guide, as we always do after the Milton Keynes Mental Health Hour, with some kind of top tips for people to take away. We're just going to run through those briefly after Neo and Beautiful Monster on MKFM. Neo, Beautiful Monster on MKFM. So this Mental Health Hour, we're discussing all things fitness. Thank you very much, Rob, for those top tips. We also provide an expert guide from Arthur Ellis Mental Health Support over on their website after every Mental Health Hour. It's the Monday morning after, isn't it, that it goes up on your website?
Yes, Monday morning after it goes up.
And what are the main kind of insights from your kind of pack, from the guide?
Yeah, obviously exercise is great. It doesn't necessarily fix all things. So we can, with our one-to-one service, we've got quite a lot of parents who struggle with building exercise back into their routine after having children. So sometimes people are just nervous for it. So we can tackle those thoughts and we can help you overcome them so that it stops being an issue. And our mentors are set up and our service is set up in a way that if you need to go to a gym, we will go with you. We will support you through that and address those thoughts as you're having them. So we are a proper service that doesn't just encourage you to, but we will walk you through that, get a day pass, we'll go shopping with you, we'll tackle these things that are actually making you anxious or giving you these issues.
Fantastic. It's really valuable support that you offer the community, John. We were talking at the beginning of the hour about the crowdfunding that you are putting in place at the moment for people to support your service. Just remind us of those details again.
Yeah, so it's to provide the 2,000 children in Milton Keynes who are currently denied treatment access to our one-to-one service, and the crowdfunding page is available on our website, arthurellismhs.com.
And that is also where you'll be able to download that expert guide all about fitness and mental health and everything else that we've discussed in the Mental Health Hour over the last couple of weeks. Thank you so much for joining us, John. Thank you very much, Rob from Energy Fitness.
Thank you very much.
A reminder that this interview will be available as a podcast over on our website, mkfm.com.
The MK Mental Health Hour, in partnership with Thomas Connolly Estate Agents.